Alright, great. So we've got that the two statements together are sufficient and hence the answer is C. It is a very beautiful question. If you master this concept and the way it is asked, you will really have a great command over many questions on the GMAT because many of them use this idea of percentage and play around this idea of percentage. So if this question has to be done with utmost focus, make sure you make a note of each and every tiny step that I've explained here. And now let's just play around a little bit so that we can master this concept a little bit more. Suppose the question was what percent of the small businesses, what percentage of the small businesses are managed by men? Okay, instead of the given question, I'm just changing the question. The statements remain the same this time. Okay, so what would be the derived question? We'll do the same thing. We'll start with 100. All the initial part remains the same. So the number of small businesses, you might remember, was 50. And the question is now what percent of these small businesses are managed by men? Alright, so let's look at the statement 1 again. So statement 1, if you see over here, gives 30% of the small businesses managed by women are bakeries. So small businesses managed by women, let's say X, the small businesses managed by men become 50 minus X, all of that. Now, do we get an answer to the question that how many of the small businesses are managed by men? This is your derived question, right? How many of the small businesses are managed by men? So again, because we don't know X, the statement 1 is not sufficient, right? Because the derived question is number of small businesses run by men. Statement 1 is MS, as we do not know the number of small businesses which are run by men. Let's look at statement 2. Now pay careful attention. We said 40% of the small businesses are managed by women, which implies that actually if 40% of the 50 is 20 are managed by women, therefore the remaining 30 obviously are run by men. So 30 of the small businesses are run by men. Is it enough? If I know that 30 out of these 50 small businesses are run by men, then do I know this percentage? I know it, and hence statement 2 is sufficient to answer. The answer this time becomes B, that is statement 2 is sufficient and 1 is not sufficient. Great, so I hope you got this problem. I would really encourage you to go and develop a few more questions, play around with it, change a few things here and there, see what happens. If you really spend a good time on this problem and see all the nuances and see the solution, make a few other questions, you will have mastered this concept and it plays a very big role, big important part in the test. This is a very typical question type again on the test. Alright, thank you so much for your time. Hope you enjoyed the discussion of these three questions. I look forward to hearing back from you. Thank you.